They told me to take a streetcar named Desire, transfer to one called Cemetery, and ride 6 blocks and get off at Elysian Fields. These directions map a route through the heart of New Orleans, but for Blanche DuBois, they represent a journey towards a total collision between her fabricated aristocratic world and Stanley Kowalski's reality. Blanche DuBois arrives at her sister Stella's neighborhood looking like a misplaced ghost. Draped in white lace and pearls, her delicate manners and fading finery clash violently with the humid, cramped environment of the French Quarter. Blanche presents her visit as a simple leave of absence from teaching. In reality, she is hiding the loss of Belle Reve, the family's ancestral estate, which has been swallowed by debt. She is entirely destitute, clinging to her Southern Belle persona as a final thin defense. Her primary obstacle is Stella's husband, Stanley. He is intensely physical, unrefined, and fiercely territorial. Stanley is immune to Blanche's polite act, viewing her presence with immediate suspicion and sensing the rot beneath the perfume. The physics of the Kowalski apartment are impossible. There is no room in these two cramped spaces for Blanche's sprawling lies and Stanley's aggressive physical truth. The underlying tension snaps during a drunken poker night. Stanley's raw aggression boils over into explosive physical violence, culminating in him striking a pregnant Stella and shattering the radio Blanche used to play music. Blanche watches this violence in absolute horror. She tries to intervene, frantically attempting to convince Stella to pack up and abandon Stanley before he does further damage. But Stella chooses to return to him. That decision solidifies the boundaries of the conflict. By accepting Stanley's violence, Stella leaves her sister isolated and stranded deep in hostile territory. Desperate for an exit, Blanche identifies a potential lifeline in Mitch, one of Stanley's friends. He is gentler than the others, and she calculates that by securing a marriage proposal, she can finally escape her hidden poverty. The tension is now a closed loop. Blanche is trapped in a game where her only weapon is her ability to keep a single, fragile illusion from cracking. Stanley refuses to let the performance continue. Suspicious of her claims, he conducts a retaliatory investigation into her past, utilizing a contact from her hometown of Laurel to dig up her history. What he discovers contradicts everything she portrays. Back in Laurel, Blanche was exiled after a series of public affairs at the Flamenco Hotel, eventually losing her teaching job over an inappropriate relationship with a student. Stanley strategically relays every detail of her past directly to Mitch. The revelation instantly destroys the romance, severing Blanche's impending marriage and her only escape route. To finalize the defeat, Stanley presents Blanche with a cruel birthday gift during a dismal dinner, a one-way ticket on a Greyhound bus back to the town that expelled her. With her history exposed, her escape route severed, Blanche is stripped of her defenses. Stanley has dismantled her world piece by piece, pushing her to a point where she can no longer reconcile her performance with the truth. Mitch confronts Blanche in the dimly lit apartment, angry and betrayed by her hidden past. He refuses to marry her, marking the end of her romantic illusions. The environment grows more suffocating as Stella goes to the hospital to give birth. Blanche is left alone and unprotected with Stanley. Stanley returns from the hospital. He initiates a final confrontation, cornering Blanche physically and psychologically to tear down the last remnants of her fabricated reality. The physical and psychological walls close in. Stanley tears down the final remnants of her performance, and in that inescapable moment, Blanche's mind shatters. When a mind is built entirely on impenetrable lies, a physical confrontation with an uncompromising reality, a few weeks later, Blanche is shown frantically packing her bags, now fully delusional. She is entirely convinced that a wealthy former suitor is arriving to take her away on a yacht. Stella makes a tragic choice. Heartbroken and in denial, she tells her neighbor she cannot believe Blanche's story about the assault. She chooses self-preservation, staying with Stanley to ensure her newborn survival. Instead of a suitor, a doctor and a matron arrive from the state asylum. Blanche panics initially, fighting them off until the doctor treats her with gentle manners.
Faced with the appearance of a gentleman, she submits. Taking the doctor's arm, she delivers her final line, completely detached from her surroundings. "Whoever you are, I have always depended on the kindness of strangers." As she is led away, Stanley's friends seamlessly resume their poker game, entirely unaffected. The story ends with a chilling observation. In the war between fragile illusion and brutal reality, reality will always survive.